They were crowing like crazy just before I walked out here. And I put the camera up there and they stopped. There's such thing as rooster camera shyness? I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't know if you remember, but a few episodes back I discussed that I need to install... there you go. I discussed that I need to install a hot water heater in my bathroom. Right now all I have is a spigot inside there. They call it a water bib. And traditionally most of the folks over here, they just have a bucket they put in there, and you have a little spoon, little ladle kind of thing, and you run water over your head, and it's usually cold water. Unless you do what I've been doing, which a lot of folks do over here, you can actually set up a kettle, and the kettle, you heat the water, then you pour the water inside the bucket, and that's how you get a semi-warm bath when you take a bath over here. Thank you. Anyway, so I actually went down to one of the local hardware department stores here in Lipa, and I picked up a hot water device that you actually install on the wall, and when it senses water flow through the line, it will actually kick on and provide you with some hot water. So, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. So, as I discussed in some previous videos, I have been trying to find a solution so that I can actually get some hot water inside my shower. Well, there are solutions where they have these hot water heater devices like I explained earlier, and you can actually connect it up to your plumbing system inside your bathroom area. You can actually get it. Right now, I have something like this. It comes out of the wall. It's called a water bib. And the water bib basically pours water into something like this, a bucket. Then, from your bucket, you take something like this, and you scoop the water and you pour it over your head. So that's how we normally take showers and baths over here, unless you're a little bit more fortunate and you have a place that actually has hot water built into your house, which probably I would say maybe 80% of the people actually use the bucket system. So I've contracted somebody to come out, and I went down and I purchased a hot water device, and I'll talk a little bit more about that inside the house. So let's go inside. So anyway, I went inside the house and I tried to continue this, but it's so booming inside here. When you can see inside this apartment, it's all concrete walls, and I get nothing but an echo, and it's booming. It's absolutely horrible inside here. So I'm gonna sit out here. If you can handle the roosters, then we'll do it from here. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what the device actually is that I'm installing. It's a point of use, the POU, tankless water device. In places like the US, traditionally you have a hot water heater that stores and it heats water, and it supplies the water to the entire house. Over in Europe and in Asia, traditionally what they've been using over the years are these single point or multi-point tankless hot water heaters, which are much more efficient than the stored tank type devices that they have in the US. Although in the US now they've actually gone to a lot of places have it available. You can get the tankless water systems. If you have the ones like in the US that store, the inefficiency comes into play where you have a lot of water inside that you're actually heating all day long. So you're constantly burning electricity all the time. The point of use tankless hot water heaters that you have, it's an on-demand type of a system. So when you actually turn the water on, it actually heats the water, and then when you stop using it, it shuts off the electrical system inside, so you're not using it anymore. So it's very efficient compared to the water storage type of devices that we traditionally had in the US. So these systems actually come in the Philippines. You can actually go down to your hardware store, and there's a dozen varieties that you can actually buy over here. The most popular versions or manufacturers that I've seen over here, talking with other people, and I've actually used, are made by AEG, which is a German brand, is one by the company called Champs, C-H-A-M-P-S. I think that might be United Kingdom, could be German, I'm not sure, but I think it's UK. And then they have also Panasonic is probably one of the most popular ones over here. The power ratings that they have that you would select if you're putting one inside your house is going to be based on welcome to my life. It's going to be based on the type of consumption that you have. If you're going to have multi-point and it's going to be supplying for large areas. If you have high flow rate inside your house, it basically depends on your use. So when you go down to select one of these kind of devices, just talk with the salesman and they'll give you the one that's the best for your actual situation. Now for my situation, I have very limited little bit of water pressure inside this house when I have water pressure, and occasionally it's actually high enough that I can actually use the device. So I have a limited amount of time of the day that this device will actually provide me hot water in my shower. So when I went to select my device, I selected one based upon the minimum input flow rate. The minimum input flow rate that I would need to actually activate it. Inside the devices themselves, they have a flow sensor inside there. And the flow sensor, basically, when you turn the water on, it senses the flow of the water inside there, and it will actually turn on the device. When the water stops, when you turn off your spigot valve inside there, it senses no water flow, and it will turn the device off, and you're not using any electricity. So these devices actually come in a variety of power ratings, again, like I said, based upon your consumption, your actual configuration at your home. And I think the average amount's anywhere between 1 kilowatt up to maybe around 50 kilowatts for larger type of situations. I bought one that's 4.5 kilowatts. I could actually got one the same model at 3.5 kilowatts, but it was like 10 pesos more for the 4.5. Hindsight being 2020, I probably should have gone with the 3.5 kilowatt because my water flow is so slow. I don't think there's going to be any advantage to having a 4.5 kilowatt. So anyway, the system that I bought is actually this one right here. It's the AEG instantaneous water heater system. It's a 4.5 that I selected, like I said. Now, why did I buy this specific model right here? For two reasons. One is it had one of the lowest ratings for input water pressure that the department store actually had. And that's what I was looking for when I went there. I had a criteria of two things: low water pressure, because that's what I have is low water pressure or no water pressure. And what I needed safety, because if you watch one of my previous videos, I made a mention about somebody getting electrocuted over here using one of these kind of systems. So I needed something with some type of a sensing device if there's a short. Like in the U.S., all houses have safety built into their electrical systems. We have grounding, which they don't have over here. We also have like ground fault isolation circuits inside there that will sense current leakage in a situation like in a bathroom area, kitchen area, outside connections where there's outlets that can actually be shorted from water and you can get electrocuted. Over here, they don't have that I found out. So what they do is they built it into the devices. So this device has something called ELSD. I think it's electricity leakage sensing device, something like that. So basically what it is, it's very similar to the safety feature you have in the GFCI in the US, but it's actually built into the device. So if it senses quick current usage, which would be an event that would happen if there was a short and your body is being a conductor, it will cut off the device immediately without you getting electrocuted and dying. So anyway, that was one of my criteria as well. And this unit also has it as well. So what I did is when I received this unit, I'm going to have somebody actually come in and do the installation of the electrical wiring. I did the installation of the device itself, and basically it comes with a template, You do some screws, you read the instructions. It tells you about where you should put it in relationship to the shower head so that the water from basically from the shower head doesn't go above it and get water into the device itself and cause an electrical short. So I did the installation already on the wall. I did all the plumbing for the hoses that connect from the water supply up into the device, and from the device itself there's a hose that actually goes to a shower head assembly, and there's a mounting bracket for the shower head assembly. So I did all of this. So now I'm just ready for the guys to show up and do the electrical. And what they will do is they will do the wiring. I pre-purchased the 10 meters of 12 gauge electrical wire, and I purchased the breaker that's going to be required to connect into the main breaker inside my house. So I'm in a waiting stage, so wait for me, and the guys will come in sometime this evening after 7:30 p.m. and hopefully we'll have electricity this, and I can actually start taking a hot shower. So one of the bad things about this is I won't actually probably be able to test this out until like 11 o'clock at night, 11:30, 12 o'clock, because the water pressure here, I have no water pressure from, I have zero water pressure from about 5 o'clock in the morning till about 9 or 9:30 in the morning. Zero, literally zero. And then I have the best water from about 11:30 at night until 4:30 in the morning. So I think there will be enough water inside there, enough water pressure to be able to take advantage, because if there's not enough water pressure inside there, it doesn't even allow any water to go through it. So I can't even take a cold shower. Yes, no, maybe. Getting water? Warm? Yes? Okay, cool. Yes. Maybe I'll have a hot shower tonight?
Yes. You'll have a shower tonight, sir.
I'll have a shower tonight. That's a good thing. A shower tonight. It's all installed. The guys just left, and kind of show you what they actually did. They actually put this 20 amp breaker in. They just drilled a hole inside the ceiling, ran some 12 gauge wire down into the breaker, made a little jumper, kind of cut this section out of the faceplate of my one switch master breaker panel. That's got 30 amp that goes to the entire place. At least to put a little bit of electrical tape there. Yeah, and that's how they roll around here. And then we have the unit inside here. And as long as the shower, according to the manual, as long as the shower head is below the control unit, you're not going to get electrocuted. Yeah, and we've got this wire that goes up inside here, and yeah, and they actually tested it out, and you saw there was hot water. Right? He said there was hot water. So as long as I have pressure, which I can probably from about this time of night until about 4:30 in the morning, I can take a hot shower. So if you see no more videos of me here after today, you might be suspectful of electrocution. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, please like, please share, and if you haven't subscribed as of yet, please subscribe. And for today, this is my PI Dream. We'll see you next time. Alright, now's the moment of truth. Let's see if this is going to work. And water. Not enough water pressure. So, maybe a little too early to take a shower. We'll wait till a little later on. Okay, let's see if I have enough water pressure to actually make this thing work for a shower. Let's, come on. You can do it. Come on. Not enough water pressure yet. If I bring the head down, it usually gives me more. Let me try it down. Oh, look at there. It kicked on. Alright. Got it started. Fill the water here. And Houston, the eagle has landed. Yes.